Welcome to the Old Coins Explorer, the ultimate treasure hunt. Here we are exploring the hidden secrets about old and rare coins. What if I told you that a coin you might find buried in a forgotten drawer or hiding at the bottom of your grandpa's old cigar box could be far more than just 50 cents? What if that same coin could be your gateway to American history, mystery, and even money? That's not just wishful thinking. It's exactly the kind of story wrapped into the 1993 Kennedy half dollar. Yeah, that shiny little coin with John F. Kennedy's sharp profile on the front. You've seen it. Maybe you've even used it in a vending machine. But here's the twist. This coin holds more than meets the eye. Not only does it carry a powerful legacy, but certain versions of this coin are worth far more than face value. And the reasons why might just blow your mind. So let's break it all down. The year is 1993. The internet was still dial-up. Bill Clinton had just become president, and Michael Jordan was the king of the NBA. But while all of that was going on, the U.S. Mint was quietly striking a coin that would eventually catch the eye of collectors, historians, and curious treasure hunters all across America. The 1993 Kennedy half dollar is not a rare coin by mintage standards, but like all things in life, it's not about how many were made. It's about what makes them special. First, let's talk design. The Kennedy half dollar has remained visually consistent since it was first introduced in 1964, just months after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy. Americans were heartbroken. The idea of honoring him on the half dollar was instantly popular. Gilroy Roberts, the chief engraver at the time, crafted that iconic left-facing portrait, and it's remained a classic ever since. The reverse? That majestic eagle holding arrows in an olive branch, surrounded by 50 stars. It's strong, it's symbolic, and it screams Americana. Now, fast forward to 1993. By this time, the coin was being made in two key locations for circulation, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. If you look closely at a 1993 half dollar, you'll either see a small P or D mint mark near the bottom right of Kennedy's neckline, just above the date. That tiny little letter? It could mean the difference between pocket change and potential collector value. The Philadelphia Mint produced about 15.2 million of these coins. The Denver Mint? Around 15.3 million. So yeah, in raw numbers, they're not super rare. But here's the catch. Most of these coins were heavily circulated. People used them, tossed them in change jars, banged them around in cash registers. So finding a 1993 Kennedy half dollar in pristine, uncirculated condition, that's where things start to heat up. Collectors often hunt for coins in what's called mess or mint state condition. These coins look brand new, like they just rolled off the press. A 1993 Kennedy half dollar in MS-66 or MS-67 condition can fetch $20, $50, or even more depending on the market. But the real magic happens when the coin hits MS-68 or higher. That's when you start entering elite territory. In fact, a certified MS-68 1993 D Kennedy half dollar has sold for several $100s at auction. Why? Because high-grade examples are so hard to find. Even coins stored away in mint sets for 30 years can have tiny flaws that knock down their grade. And that's not even counting the proof coins. Let's talk about those for a minute. In 1993, the San Francisco Mint produced just over 2.4 million proof Kennedy half dollars. These weren't meant for everyday use. They were struck with extra care for collectors. The dies were polished, the planchets, that's a blank coin metal, were hand-selected, and the result is a coin with a mirror-like finish and razor-sharp details. The difference is stunning. You'll know a proof coin when you see one. It almost looks like it's glowing. Proof coins from 1993 come with the S mint mark, and while most of them were struck in copper nickel, the real prize is finding one that was included in a special silver proof set. These silver versions weren't common, but they pop up occasionally and are far more valuable. We're talking $10, $20, sometimes $40 or more, depending on condition and whether it comes in its original packaging. But wait, there's more. Errors. Oh, yes. Coin collectors love a good error, and 1993 Kennedy half dollars are no exception. While not extremely common, there have been reports of off-center strikes, double dies, and planchet errors that make the coin incredibly unique. One small die crack or misplaced detail can turn a 50-cent piece into a highly sought-after collectible worth hundreds, even thousands, in rare cases. Ever heard of a double die obverse? It's when the coin's image is stamped twice but slightly misaligned, making the design appear doubled. It's a classic collector's dream. Now imagine spotting one of those on a 1993 Kennedy half-dollar. That's not just a lucky find. That's treasure. And they do exist. A few have surfaced, and while they're rare, they prove that even a common coin can hide extraordinary secrets. And if you're someone who enjoys gifting coins, the 1993 Kennedy half-dollar is a fantastic choice. It's meaningful, historic, and eye-catching. Pair it with a small info card about JFK in the coin's background, and boom, you got a personal, thoughtful gift that feels like treasure. So, to wrap this all up, don't underestimate that shiny 50-cent piece. The 1993 Kennedy half-dollar might seem common, but it's packed with history, hidden value, and collective potential. Whether the high-grade mint state coin, a beautiful proof, a rare error, or just a piece that sparks conversation, it's way more than just pocket change. It's a piece of American legacy. And who knows, maybe the next time you're going through your change or browsing through a flea market, you'll spot one. And now, you'll know exactly what to look for. Because in the world of coin collecting, knowledge is value. And sometimes, the smallest coins tell the biggest stories.